quick because I feel like I'm too up on this joint. But anyway, hope you're all having a beautiful and blessed Wednesday evening. Tonight, y'all, I want to talk about how goodbyes can lead to beautiful beginnings. Right now, I'm adjusting my seat because I'm recording from the side of my car. Give me just a moment, y'all. There we go. Yeah, so we're talking about how goodbyes can be. No, we're talking about how goodbyes can lead to beautiful beginnings. You see, when you move, right? I'm gonna clip this on my shirt while I do this. When you're in the process of moving, you you have to say goodbye to your hometown. You got to say goodbye to what you're familiar to, neighbors, jobs, family, friends, etc., to embrace a new beginning, somewhere new, somewhere you haven't been before. Say, for example, you want to move from New York City to Salt Lake City, Utah, and you have to be acclimated with the community. You got to be acclimated with people in the neighborhood. You got to be acclimated with the the layout of the city. So I would suggest, right, once you reach your destination and you move to your new hometown or whatnot, or your new country, there are those who are embarking on a journey this year, leaving the United States to go live in places like Thailand. Hold on. I apologize about that. That's my neighbor. He was riding his motorcycle. But anyway, there are people who are becoming expats by leaving the United States and moving to places like the Caribbean, Thailand, other countries like they might be moving to Russia. They might be moving to France. They might be moving to Africa, and the Dominican Republic, places like that. They might be leaving the United States and, moving somewhere new. But in order to start that journey, for one, you gotta get your finances in order. And two, you have to think to yourself, are you really ready and prepared for this journey to say goodbye to what you're familiar to embrace change, to embrace what's new? Major shout out to everybody jumping their live stream today. I know I'm holding my microphone a little weird, but I'm so used to doing it that way, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, so I was talking about how goodbyes lead to new beginnings. Major shout out to you, Sonny. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Basketball shooter, hey, what's up? FN McCracknog, how you doing? Hope you're all having a beautiful and blessed evening. We're talking about how goodbyes can lead to beautiful beginnings. When you're starting that journey in life, say for example, you want to go to your local university. Daz, how you doing? Lana, Oliver and Alice, Ashley Robinson 7. Hey, how you guys doing? God bless you guys. Thank you for joining today's live stream. So, Justin, how you doing? Yeah, okay, 99. How you doing? Rolling Town, how you doing? So, long story short, when you are setting out and embarking on that journey to get that fresh start or go back to school, you have to actually say goodbye to everything you're so used to. Friends, family. You say Poda or Pada? I don't know if I said that wrong. So, long story short, when you are moving, for example, right? When you decide to leave whatever state you live in, say, for example, you want to leave New York City to move to Pennsylvania. You want to leave Pennsylvania to go move to Florida. You got to say goodbye to the familiar to embrace what's new. I was watching the motivational speech by motivational speaker Les Brown. And Les Brown was saying, he was quoting another motivational speaker, and he said, people prefer known hells over strange heavens. So When I heard that, it blew my mind. You know, I didn't know what he was saying by that until I replayed the video. And what he was saying is people prefer to stay stuck where they are because that's what they're so familiar with. That's what they're so used to. That they're afraid to embrace what's new. Rodman Lop, how you doing? Wani Thomas, how you doing? The SHF Collector, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a beautiful and blessed evening. So, you got to understand, getting a fresh start is scary. It's not easy. I'm telling you. As someone who left his hometown years ago, as someone who left Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, 25 years there, I went through a lot of hardship. I even had times where I lived in my car. Yeah, and this is facts. This is all facts. Road Gaming. Oh, I think it is exactly 9 p.m. or close to it. It's 8:47. Bentley, how you doing? So, this is a Grand Marquis. This is a Grand Marquis, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said you in the Benz. No, this is a Grand Marquis. Ford don't make these anymore. These body on platform, big old V8 vehicles. I love them though. So, therefore, you have to embrace the fear that comes along with change. You gotta say, I'm ready to start anew. Because if you keep going through what you're going through, if you stay where you are, yes, you can make a life wherever you are. And this is fact. You can make a life wherever you are. But I guarantee you, you're going to hold on to the what if in the back of your mind every day. You're going to be like, man, well, time to go clocking at this job again. Been here 20 years. You know, I had the opportunity. You're going to sound like that old person at the job, like, oh, yeah, I had the opportunity to move about 15, 16 years ago. Like, and the new guy or the new girl, because they're going to look at you and be like, why didn't you leave? Like, you had the opportunity to pack up and leave. Why didn't you? Well, you know, I decided to, take a chance on see if things will change. No, you have to. When you get that window of opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to get that fresh start, you got to get going. You got to say, all right, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Like, I love you guys. We'll always stay in touch. But I got to put the tires to the road. I'm not even giving nobody the tail lights. Listen, if you want to move out of the country, if you want to move across the country, if you want to move to a new state, if you want to go back to college, embrace the newness. Let go of the fear of, okay, what if things don't work out? What if things fall apart? What if I embrace hardship? Hey, you're going to get hurt. Sorry to tell you, you're going to get hurt when you're on the path of your dreams and your goals. You're going to get hurt. Listen, you can't hide from it. You can't run from it. Life is full of it. So, Isaiah Chimney, how you doing? Louis Renault, how you doing? Trash VR, how you doing? My favorite baseball team is the Philadelphia Phillies. Hometown, you already know. But long story short, y'all, I'm making a video, and I'm talking about that same subject because me and my wife, right? We sat down and we had a discussion the other day. And straight up, this is no lie. This is no cap. My wife was like, all right, I've been here. She's been here almost all her life. I explained to her and I showed her pictures of places like New York City. When I was in Manhattan, it blew her mind. When I showed her my hometown of Philadelphia, it blew her mind. Cities like New Jersey. When I went to Florida, it blew her mind. When I went to Indianapolis, it blew her mind because she was so used to just being here. She said before she had kids, she didn't travel. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't travel or do anything with her life. She just went to school, graduated, and worked a 9 to 5 at the school, Hey, yo, Dirty, bro, that's disrespectful, man. Come on, man. We can't be having that for real. Listen, I ain't with that. So, I thank you for showing love to the channel, though. So, my thing is, at the end of the day, for real, she never did anything, as big as I did. I believed in going all out because the neighborhood I came from, My friends, they always saw me as someone who was broke, right, growing up. Even though I had a 9 to 5 when I was in my 20s and all that. Like, I got my first job at 20 officially. My first legal job at 20 years old. And they was like, oh, yeah, all you do is pay your bills. You never go out. Because I would never go to the club. I would never like spend money on clothes or anything. But my thing is, it's crazy because I had $4,500 in a shoebox because I didn't know much about opening a bank account at 20 years old. My parents never taught me about money or anything. I just got my checks. Whatever I spent to pay my rent and my bills, I would spend that. I would buy food, of course, but after that, I wouldn't buy nothing else. I didn't see the point. I was like, yo, straight up. I didn't see the point in trying to impress people that don't even like me. I didn't see the point in trying to impress friends who I outgrew a long time ago. So I said, all right, cool. Well, I have $40 here, $70 here, $115 there, $120 there. I was just stashing it in a shoebox. Denz Max TV, how you doing? God bless you. Thank you for joining tonight's live stream. We're talking about how goodbyes can lead to brand new beginnings. And if you're new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, if you new to the channel, subscribe most definitely. So, on some real, all I did was stash money. My cousin came over one day, and this is no lie. He came to visit. He's like, let me use the bathroom real quick. Use the bathroom, and he said, "What?" And after he washed his hands, he left the bathroom, whatever. And he was like, "Hey, yo, cuz, what movie you got to borrow?" Because back then we had DVDs and everything. This was back in 2011 and all that. So yeah, they still had DVDs back during this time popping. I was like, you could go check the room. And he was like, all right, cool. So he goes in my room and he go check this. He opened up one of my shoe boxes. He said, hey, yo, cuz, let me borrow some money. I said, oh, I got this money, man. Because I had my window open. And he was like, yo, how much you got in here? I said, I don't know. I ain't check. I ain't count. I just was stashing every check. And he was like, yo, bro, let me borrow some money. And it became a habit. It became a habit for him to consistently come over and visit me and borrow money and borrow money and borrow money. And me having a good heart at the time, that's family, that's my cousin. I didn't see the fact that, okay, I got to put my foot down and say, draw the line, because I don't know how I'm going to need that money in the future. But I was nice to my cousin, and he kept borrowing and borrowing and borrowing until I had nothing left. But during that time, before he borrowed all that money, I had $4,500 in a shoebox because I didn't see a need to buy a new car. I had a car already. I had a 2001 Pontiac Grand Am GT, ran perfectly fine. I stayed up on the maintenance. I stayed up on the oil changes. I stayed up on all that. I stayed up on my tires and all that. So I didn't need anything, and nobody taught me the value of having a new car or an older car. I just had what I had. The clothes on my back, you know what I mean? As long as they didn't have holes in them, they still fit, and they smelled nice after I washed and cleaned them. There was no need to buy new ones. And at the time, I was single. I wasn't even dating anybody. So if I wanted to get a fresh start at 20 years old, if somebody would have taught me, if someone would have educated me, if someone would have showed me what it means to actually leave my hometown and start and go get a brand new beginning somewhere, I would have been set. I would have started off already doing YouTube at 20. I would have been, what, boy? Everything I'm doing now, ladies and gentlemen, to everyone in the chat right now, what you guys see me doing right now, I'm doing this right now in life. But had someone educated me on this, put me on game not 20 years ago, about 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, this channel would have been popping. I'd have probably been at 1 million subscribers already. But, hey, better late than never, better late than never. So when you are embracing that change, you know what I mean? When you are setting out to go get that fresh start, you got to leave behind everything that you're so familiar with. And a lot of people, they always say, what they do is a lot of talking. They say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, one day I'm gonna do this, and one day turns to the next day, to the next day, to the next week, to the next month, then 6 months later, then that becomes another 5 years. But people who aren't afraid to step out on faith, they set aside their finances, they set aside a date or somewhere pretty close to it, and they just go get their fresh start. They say, I'm going back to school. This job is cool, but I can't see myself spending 10, 15 years here. I want to go back to school to get my MBA. I want to go back to school to, get a degree in the medical field. I want to go back to school to get my my telecommunication broadcaster's degree. I've known people who have done it. There are people who actually have left retail jobs after 10 years, 5-10 years, that I know personally, and have gone back to get a culinary degree. And now they're working in restaurants, living the best life, So you have to decide, one day or day one. That's another thing when it comes to getting a brand new beginning. And major shout out to everybody in the chat. Once again, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support of the channel. For real. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. And I mean that. I'm not saying this as a generic YouTube line, as a cheesy line. I'm literally saying, without any of you guys, any of you amazing viewers and subscribers, this would not be possible. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys. But at the same time, I have to say that if you don't take a chance on starting a brand new beginner, you're going to live with regret, and that's facts. Like I said, I wish I could be, I wish I would have had somebody to put me on game 10, 15 years ago. I would have been doing this a long time ago, bruh. And it was crazy because somebody about a month ago walked up to me in my local Walmart and was like, yo, you that YouTube dude. I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, you do the live streams and stuff. And I was like, it's a lot of YouTubers. You're kind of batting zero. I mean, I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. But he was like, oh, no. He said, you the guy from the Poets Avenue, right? I said, oh, shoot. Yeah, what's up? And I was just grateful that someone just recognized me. And it really, it shows that I'm doing this to, deliver a message, you know what I mean, to help people, to give advice, and that advice is actually helping people. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit back and do this for my own personal gain. That's not what I'm here to do. Nobody put me on game, but I'm gonna give whatever advice I received in the past. I want to give you guys to help you, achieve your dreams and goals, whether it's starting a YouTube channel. Because somebody got in a live stream the other night and they said, how would I go about starting a YouTube channel? I want to do YouTube, how would I go about getting subscribers? I said, bro, just press the live button. I lie to you not. Post a couple videos, get to 10 subscribers. Once you get to 10 subscribers, press that live button. Press that live button. And I shouted them out too, because I love to see people, glowing up. I love to see people growing. You know what I mean? I love to see success happen in someone's life. I don't like, oh no, you gotta do this yourself. And no, I'm not that type of person. If you want me to promote a clothing line, I'll promote it here on a live stream. If you want me to promote your business, I'll promote it here on a live stream. If you want me to promote a podcast for you, I got you. I will promote it here on this channel, with no hesitation. Because when I started my podcast, when I started the podcast, I had no one to freaking promote anything for me. And that was something that was brand new. All I did was press the record button. And I started talking. I wasn't sure about my tone, my volume, how I should actually approach, the microphone, how far away I had to be. I just was like, press record. I said, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Poetry Corner podcast. This is your host, Matt Foster, for all those that didn't know. And that became a tagline that gave me a little bit of comfort. Because when you start your podcast, you got to have that intro. And this is fact. You got to have that intro that be like, okay, cool. Now I'm ready to talk to the people. You can't just be like, So, guys, welcome to another episode, I guess. Yeah, you know, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. We're here talking about another topic. No, because what's going to happen is people are going to click off. They're like, okay, this guy sounds boring. Ain't no way. Ain't no doggone way. I'm listening to 3 hours of this? Oh, no. So, therefore, you have to have that tagline that's going to, like, relax you a little bit. I don't know why people driving by so slow. I don't know. Somebody just looked over here, y'all. So I look like, what the heck? So, long story short, when you are chasing your dreams, ladies and gentlemen, just know, even though you have to say goodbye to friends, family, your old neighborhood, and everything that you were used to, it will lead to a beautiful and blessed beginning. You know, you ever heard the expression, some of those friends that are around you, you can't take with you? This is fact. You cannot take everybody with you, ladies and gentlemen. When you go to that next level in your life, when the Heavenly Father takes you to that next level, some of those friends, if you have about 12 friends around you, about 2 of them are going to stick around. Maybe 3. Sorry to tell you the truth. It is the fact. This is a fact. Because not a lot of friends are going to support what you do. You get that one friend that'll laugh like, what you mean you going back to school? Like, yeah, like, didn't you graduate high school? Like, don't you get enough of school? You got to get away from people like that. Because if they are raining on you getting your college degree because you want to further your education, you want to better yourself, they have no plans to better themselves. And my mother, God rest her soul, she used to always say, birds of a feather flock together. So mind the company that you keep. Otherwise, you're going to end up just like them. So another friend could also be like, oh, no, you acting different. You acting like you too good to hang out with us. You acting like, you're not good enough for the rest of us. No, you got to get away from people like that. You got to have friends that say, hey, have you checked your online studies yet? If you're taking classes online, have you checked your online classes yet? Get that done. Or, you could always hit us back. You could always call us back later and all that. Get that done first and then give me a call, because I know you want to get your college degree. Or I know you want to get your degree in business or opening your own restaurant or, work on your dreams and goals and then hit us back. We'll always be here. You want friends that'll push you towards that. And if you tell your friends, hey, I'm thinking about packing up, moving to Rhode Island, for example, or I'm thinking about packing up, moving to Tennessee or something like that. If they're your true friends, they'll support you on that because they want to see you leave this neighborhood that you're currently in and experience something new. They don't want you to be like, bruh, it's terrible down there. Oh, you don't want to move there. I know. I have friends that tell me stuff like that. Oh, why did you decide to move there? Oh my gosh, bro. Like, they have no mass transportation there. No, they don't have this there. They don't have that there. First off, if I wanted all of that, I would have stayed where I was. If I wanted the mass transit, if I wanted the busy city life, if I wanted the food, the culture, and everything I was used to, I would have stayed where I was. No, the Lord says, you have been going around this mountain long enough. Head northward. You know what I mean? Head in a new direction. It's time to go. You know what I mean? Time to go on a new path. So you got to understand, while it may be hard, it will be hard. On some real, this is fact, it will be hard to actually begin brand new. And it don't matter what your age is. You could begin brand new at the age of 49. You can start over at the age of 49. You can start over at the age of 76. You can start over at the age of 50. You can start over at the age of 37. And this is no cap. This is all truth. Listen, major shout out to my uncle's former landlord, right? He went through colon cancer and he had to have a third of his colon removed. But before all that, before he got sick, right? Before he got sick, Guy's name was Richard. Really decent dude. Before he got sick, he was traveling. He was like spending time with family. He was an ex-gang member, and he was just getting his life together. He accepted the plan of salvation at the age of 40-something years old. So my thing is, you're never too old to begin again. And you can't keep lying to yourself like, oh well, if I walk away from this job, you know, then things will just be too hard for me to start over somewhere new. I can't imagine if I did that. I can't imagine if I did this. If I can't imagine if I did that. And no, don't keep lying to yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith. You gotta believe in yourself. You gotta take that leap of faith and be like, you know what? I'm going. You know, I've been at this job for 10 years. If nothing changed in the last 10 years, it's not going to change down the road. I've got to get a job somewhere else, or I have to begin brand new somewhere else. Because I guarantee you, when you take that leap of faith and you begin on a new page, or you start over new somewhere else, it's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to bring you joy. You're going to be like, man, I don't even know what took me so long, boy. I don't even know what, like, man, I remember the first time I seen a waterfall up close. I'm talking about, I come from a city, there are no waterfalls. Like, literally, I seen all skyscrapers. That's it. City buses, taxi cabs, skyscrapers, and I lived in the hood. So it blew my mind for the first time when I went to Twin Falls, right? And for all those that don't know, Twin Falls is like the hub for anybody who is into popular tourist destinations. And long story short, I went there for the very first time back in 2016. I went down the trailway. My buddy took me down there, and he showed me a freaking waterfall. I looked up. I said, bro, is that a waterfall? He's like, yo, better yet, you can stand under it, right? And he took me on the walking path underneath the waterfall. And I'm looking up, and the water just rushing down. And I'm underneath the waterfall on the safe side, though, like underneath the rocks. And I'm just looking up, watching that water just come down. It was so beautiful to see. Let me tell you something. If you don't go get a fresh start, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend you do it now. I don't care if it's skydiving. I don't care if it's traveling. I don't care if it's trying new food. I don't care if it's going back to school. Go get a fresh start. Go get a fresh start. You'll be glad you did. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for joining into this live stream tonight. I love you guys. I thank you for all the continued support of the channel. It's been a really long day. I would have definitely had this up early today, but we had family over. It was a family event. You know what I mean? I was spending time with my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and it was busy all day today. So I decided to do this a little late, and I do apologize. But anyway, look out for that latest video dropping today, and it's going to be called Goodbyes That Lead to Better Beginnings, or New Beginnings. Anyway, I love you guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe most definitely. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.